Hi, I'm Anson, and you want to know something quite ironic? While trying to record this video about how I am unlucky, I left my computer for 20 minutes and I came back and everything got erased. Because of course it did. Now, if you read the title, you would know I consider myself pretty unlucky. Now, unlike some other people, I don't really think I'm the most unlucky person in the world or anything, but there will be certain times of days where I have the worst luck imaginable. Also, can I say that I hate when people say, "Oh, you're not unlucky, you just have good moods and bad moods. That's why you think you're unlucky." Pfft, I wish! One day I went into school saying it's gonna be a great day, and you know what? It was terrible! And I'm getting sidetracked, aren't I? Okay, so where were we in the script? Oh, here. So, here are some of my unluckiest moments. Okay, so for the first story, you need some context. So I used to do cross country, and I was one of the few selected people to go to this special cross country meet where we got to leave school early. So I left class, I got all my things, and right as I'm about to enter the bus, I realized something. Wait, I forgot my science folder. In my science folder, I had homework, and it had a study guide that I needed to do and study for a test. Oh, and it had my phone. I guess that's important to mention. So I ran back to my locker, and I put in the code, and it doesn't open. So I try again, and yeah, you're getting the point. It's not opening. So at this point, I'm panicking. My cross-country bus is about to head off and I still can't get my science folder. So I just keep re-putting in the code. And my locker just still doesn't open. And then... yeah, the bell rang. I was running severely behind. At this point, I pretty much accepted that the bus probably had already left without me. But nonetheless, I still kept trying. And then my friend Colt came up to me. "Hey, Anson, I thought you were supposed to leave for the meet." "Yeah, I am, but this locker won't open." "Oh yeah, that sucks. The fact that you were one of the few people that were called to go to this meet, and now your parents are going to be there. They're going to be really disappointed when they see you not there. Also, yeah, that sucks, dude. This is just a terrible situation." "Colt! Please, shut up." Colt just kept rambling in my ear about how terrible of a situation this was. Like, yes, I know! Again, sidetracked. But after trying to get his locker open for forever, I eventually just gave up. I defeatingly walked back to the bus, which surprisingly had not left yet, but it was very close. And if you're wondering about the test afterwards, I actually got a pretty good grade. A+. Okay, so for this next story, it wasn't really unlucky, but morally unfortunate. So me and my friends were at this festival, and I wanted to go get some ice cream from a truck. So we started walking, and as we were walking, my friend stepped on something. Okay, so you know those little containers with ketchup in them? Well, my friend stepped on it, and it exploded and got all over us. And now I know what you're thinking. "Anson, that's not really unlucky." Which I would agree with, but just to preface, I was wearing all white. We did get napkins, but it didn't make us look any better. So yep, those shirts are now unwearable, because if I ever wear them, I look like a murderer. Okay, so for this next story, you're going to need to know some things about my bus. And it's that my bus is absolutely packed. So most days, I don't really find a seat. I may have to sit in the aisle if I have to, because I'm usually one of the last few kids on my bus. So in this day, it was near the end of school, and my teacher let us pack up early. And as I was walking to my bus, I realized I was probably going to be one of the first kids there. And I was. And I thought I was going to get a seat. Keyword thought. Because I was very shocked when I saw my bus crooked in the parking lot. So basically what happened is because my bus usually sits at the very end of the parking lot, this volleyball team's bus that was supposed to have left a long time ago was sat right in front of my bus, in turn making my bus crooked. Also, sorry if that doesn't make any sense. That's the only way I can think of describing it. And so after a while of waiting for my bus doors to open, a line starts forming behind me of kids from my bus. And as soon as those bus doors opened, I got pushed and shoved and was one of the last kids on the bus. So yeah, the one time I was there first, that stupid volleyball bus had to be there. Okay, so for this next story, you need to know something. And it's that this story takes place during summer. You know, some of the hottest times of the year? So me and some of my family members were going to a baseball game. And of course, it was raining. Now, I didn't really think there was enough rain for it to get rained out. And yeah, I'm just going to stop telling the story because you can put the pieces together. So yeah, we were sad. We had to drive all the way back home. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for this video. Now, did I have fun recording these stories and telling you guys about them? Yes, but the actual experiences, yeah, they sucked. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the end card. Bye!
Hey everybody, it's me, Anson Animates. So you may have noticed my voice sounds kind of different. That's because this video took 6 months. Yeah, I was very unmotivated when I was making this video. So I'm really sorry for that. I was just very procrastinating and I would not work for the life of me. And then I kind of realized one day, I was like, oh crap, I gotta animate. So yeah, sorry if the animation gets really bad near the end. I was just really trying to get this video out. Trying to get this video out by Christmas Day. And so when this comes out, you guys will know if that's happened. I'm really sorry. Again, you guys were so patient and so nice, and I was just not working. So I'm really sorry about that. I was being really a bad creator. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being patient, for being awesome fans. And yeah, thank you for the fan art. Thank you for everything. Yeah, don't forget to drink your water.